Hello everyone, we are back with Sacred Fire Early Access. We will be continuing with Zara too. We recently finished the last chapter, finished chapter 2. Let's see. There's supposed to be where's the arrows? This must be a bug. Let's see. Can we start from another checkpoint? We did the dare. Turn home. Let's start back here. First, let's see if we can figure out what's going on. Now, I think it is a bug because the arrows are nowhere to be seen, and we can't even click replay. So, we are going to start from the last checkpoint and hope that helps. Okay, you reach your village and use the darkness to slip into your home unseen. You can tell that Wade has already returned from his hunt, but he's not currently home. You're hungry, exhausted, and ashamed, but you feel you should warn the others. The ball was attacked and Roman patrols roamed the woods in retaliation. What do you do? Go out and warn your people. Very long day, you want to rest. We felt it. Go out and warn your people. Go out and warn your people. We succeeded that one. As you muster the strength to leave the house, you hear excited shouts from the village. You follow the noise and find a small crowd gathered around a more fortunate hunter. Custom dictates, the hunter shares the meat with others. But decades of war have made these people hard-headed, hard-hearted. The community is loyal to each other. What do you do? Take your share? After everyone's had their share, they're about to quietly leave. What do you do? I saw. Think about this first. The prospect of a new war breaking out is horrible news. Not many will want to hear what you have to say. They don't want war. Unlike your brother, you haven't yet earned their trust. You can talk to him privately. You could talk to him privately and let him deal with the crowd. I want to try to do the same choice I did last time, from what I can remember. Or you can try to talk to them patiently on your own. The Grain the Elder may be vexed you didn't wait for her, but Wid, who holds real influence, is on your side. What do you do? I saw black smoke rise from the walls. The people murmur in disbelief. There has been peace ever since the wall was built. What do you do? Show them the Roman weapons. A few of them look curious, but you can see they are not convinced.
Did you fight the Romans yourself?
Yes, I fought several. That's what I did last time. Yes, I fought several Romans this day. His eyes sharpen for a moment, but he doesn't press the issue.
Damn it. Neither Wid nor the Elder are here to sort this out. Besides, a scuffle with a handful of Romans is hardly an invasion.
He regains his composure.
We will wait for Wid to decide what to do.
People nod and start to disperse. Even if not present, Wade overshadows you with his authority. I resisted the impulse. How do you react? I agree. Thank you for hearing me out. The crowd calmly disperses, talking in hushed voices. The people look at you with respect that wasn't there before. Zara the calm. As you turn back to your house, you see Wade standing in the shadows. He must have watched everything.
This is grave news, sister. I'm glad you're all right.
Do you tell him about your encounter? Yes. Moral ambushed me today? For a brief moment, Wade's face flushes with anger.
What happened? Did he hurt you?
I tricked him and left him wounded.
Serves him right. Too bad he was injured, but he should have known better.
Your thoughts return to facing the mob of villagers?
That was quite the crowd, right?
What do you say? Why didn't you join us? Wade, why didn't you join us?
You didn't need help. Besides, if people followed my lead, Igraine as the Elder would oppose whatever I did just to protect her standing.
She would do anything to gain power?
If Romans do retaliate, it will take them several days to gather their forces.
What do you make of it? At least he doesn't question my words. Wait, I saw Attain. I couldn't believe it.
What did you say? You saw our Attain? How is our little sister?
You never realized Wade saw Attain that way, and it catches you off guard. He feels protective of Attain. How do you respond? She's a warrior guard now.
Why didn't she? She must be carrying an important message.
We didn't exactly speak much. He nods, relieved that you didn't take him wondering why Attain didn't come back with you the wrong way. You walk back home in silence. You know there is no use talking to Wade now. He likes to process things before he speaks his mind. He wishes you good night and then lies down on his bed as you fall exhausted onto yours. But sleep escapes you. You are worried about Attain and a war that could wipe out your entire people. How do you deal with the uncertainty? Use faith to still the doubts. You silently pray but still can't fall asleep. Use faith. One more. There we go. You rely on your conviction that if you survived up until now, then the gods must favor you. You remain aware of the dangers, but your mind is at peace, and the events of the day begin to unfold before your eyes. You battle with a superior Roman force and lifted to the tail. You even found valuable loot. Attain is alive, and based on the skills you witnessed, she'll stay that way. You stood up to that son of a bitch moral. For the first time, you gained respect with your people. It's how much you achieved in one day surprises you. You always felt that you didn't have what it takes. But in this new light, you'll feel able to counter such a damaging idea. Let's start doing this now. It was the shield. And that was it for that mindset. I have enough for one resistance. Crystal. I don't have. We are alone in this world. Resist that. But in this new light, you feel able to counter such a damaging idea. As more details emerge and your mind goes through them, exhaustion takes over. That's the end of the chapter. Chapter 2 is Shadow. Allocated character points unlocked. New checkpoints unlocked. Let's see. No, I don't think there was nothing. I think this is 50. Yeah. Shadow. As you come to your senses, you realize the night is still dark. A feeling of unknown dread occupies your entire mind. You feel there is a presence behind the door that means you harm. You never felt this certain that something is out there. What do you do? Wake your brother Wid? Wid, your older brother, has always been there for you. Yet you feel weak calling for his help. What do you do next? I'll just whisper his name. You overcome your reluctance, whispering his name in the dark. But there is no response, and a dark premonition fills your mind. Wid is in his bed. He is the only family you have left. What do you do? Go get your weapons. Felt it. You stop concerned with the noise could alert someone of your presence. What do you do? Go get your weapons. Reminder, low success chance detected. Click the mask icon or a choice percentage to boost your chance. Decide to get your weapons. Lift them quietly. Silently, you pick up your bow and arrows and keep the sword ready in hand. What do you do? Analyze the situation. Concentrating hard, you manage to focus your thoughts. What do you do next? Recall your dream. Perhaps it holds a clue. You remember the dream. Fragmented images of a dark place filled your mind. It's the house you grew up in burnt to the ground. You can't bring them into focus, but you sense the presence of an ominous being in the dreams as well. You realize your fears may have carried over from the dream or from yesterday's events. What's your take on this? Interpret the nightmare further. You concentrate on what you feel, and several possible interpretations present themselves. What do you make of the dream? It's a warning sign. Your belief that the gods favor you increases. What do you do next? Light a torch. With a sure hand, you use a flint to light the torch. The torch illuminates your hut. All looks to be as it should. What do you do? Open the door. But fear of an evil presence rises within you as you approach the door. You feel like nothing will protect you from what's on the other side. Still yourself. You fight and overcome your fear, but feel drained by the effort. What did I lose? I lost MP. The cold air bites into your bones and sharpens your senses. As far as you can tell, there is no one else at the house. But nothing is more shameful than baseless bouts of fear. Your mind grabs at possible explanations. You wonder if this is some kind of sickness or a curse. Unnerved by this unusual weakness, you turn your attention to the vast forest. Relief washes over you when you spot Wid's figure beside the stones where your mother is buried. What do you do next? Recall your life with Wid. You stop to think about your relationship with Wid. The worst thing you could remember. You're too exhausted to remember the terrible things. The first memory that springs to mind. You're too wary to recall anything now. The best thing you can remember. You think about Wid carrying you home, the time you almost drowned. It felt like being close to mother again. What do you recall next? The worst thing you can remember. Too exhausted. Again, the worst thing you can remember. remember. There we go. You recall how scared you got the night father died. We took care of everything, the body, the grave, the stone. What do you, the first memory that springs to mind? As you were leaving for the hut, Wade was acting protective again, and you left without saying goodbye. What do you make of it? He means well. What do you recall next? Take a thoughtful appraisal. Out of the two of you, he is the one with all the respect, renown, and authority. Current story steps control change. Success in a dice roll with 70% base chance and 2 times surplus over 20% grants plus 11 control. Fully resistant at plus 1. Impulse with 2 times the dice roll surplus over 20 against plus 7 control. But he's always had your back. But he is kind and loyal. You trust him. Thinking about this makes you realize how rare that is for you. I cannot trust anyone. Oh, I'm gonna have to resist that. What do you want to do next? Approach with. How do you approach? Silently stands beside him. Wade acknowledges your presence with a silent nod. You stand side by side, sharing a bond that doesn't need words.
Need a sword for safety tonight?
I had a haunting dream. Felt it? How do you respond? I had a haunting dream. Felt it? I'm gonna raise it. First, I'm gonna lower the sword. You calmly sheath the sword. What do you do next? Still raising it. I had a haunting dream. Wade looks at you curiously. What do you do next? A nightmare again.
I think, as with all dreams, what matters the most is what you make of it.
Tell Wade what you think about it. Phil? I think it's a warning sign. The guys are looking out for me. Wade nods slowly. Does he not believe in the gods?
There's no right answer here. Your thoughts shape what is real for you and what isn't.
Wade seems lost in his own thoughts looking at the grave. Do you miss her? Wade nods slowly. What do you remember about her?
You usually prefer to leave your childhood unspoken.
Today is different. Wade looks at you, torn between the wish to protect you and the desire to speak about her with you.
There was one thing I was too young to understand, but I think about it often now. Father was afraid of the gods, but she wasn't. She said there is enough darkness to fear them, and enough beauty not to.
You don't get to choose who the gods are. Try it again. But actually, I like that. You both fall silent as you think about what Wade said. You realize how little in control your life you feel. I am not in control. You're disposed to resist this harmful notion and reclaim the leading role in your life. Oh, I have enough for one. I cannot trust anyone.
She was bold enough to embrace what made her free. Our people. The gods she didn't fear. Kindness instead of hate. For me, that's her legacy.
I think she would like that. You can see this means a lot to Wade. Wade falls silent, regaining his composure.
A man came to me in my dream.
So he had a nightmare too.
He looked like father, but it wasn't him.
That's strange. Wade never talks about that angry, violent man who died when you were a girl. How do you respond? Be silent. Let him explain.
He asked for forgiveness.
Raise it a little. Oh, that's a lot. Maybe his spirit looks for peace. Wade pauses for a moment, searching the right words.
I'm tired. Tired of remembering him as evil.
This sets you off. Your father deeply wounded you both. What do you mean?
I understand how you feel.
He was there after all, front and center, taking the worst of it, protecting you. As Wade collects his thoughts, the scene when you had your back come along, when he had your back come alive, vividly in your mind. How do you feel about what happened? Guilty about what happened? Wade seems to be lost in his own memories.
Father changed after Mother passed. I liked being at his side. He was a good teacher. He taught me how to hunt.
Stay silent. I'll go to raise it. Wade falls silent too. Words, feelings, and images race in your head like wild horses. How do you deal with them? Calm down and let the memories come. Calm down. There we go. A memory of your father, sober and calm, even kind, comes to you vividly. This catches you off guard. You completely forgot if this ever happened. Him teaching you how to say your mother's name, Rory. The two of you surprising her together. How do you respond to it? There was something good in him too. For the first time in all the years, you don't feel like a victim. You can almost feel sorry for your father. You feel like mom would be proud of you. The hidden fear that you are like him, tainted by his blood, loses its power. I'm not good around people. I often find that friends may just misunderstand and even reject you, and how little things spiral out of control. He wasn't always evil, he was just a man pushed over the edge. Wade gathers his thought for a moment before responding.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry I failed to protect you the way you needed.
He thinks he's failed you. How do you react? You did good, brother. You can see this means a lot to Wade. He straightens up as if a hidden burden was lifted from his shoulders.
There's one last thing I wanted to speak to you about.
Wade pauses, gathering his thoughts. You can see this is the most importance to him. Show that you are listening.
Before Romans invaded our lands, we were builders of monuments, artists, people of design. In order to survive, we hide, we run, we burn and wage war. We have let Rome reduce us to little more than animals.
Wait for him to continue. One. Success.
That's what brought me out here tonight. I feel this is what Mother would have wanted for us. Build a nation, a culture, a generation that doesn't know war. That's something worth
Wade is awesome. What an awesome brother to have. Still though he wants a nation of peace. And we are alone in the world. That's worth something. That's something worth. An eagle shrieks through the air, through the nice air. You recognize it as Talon's cry. Something is coming. There is no settlement in that direction, just the wall. What do you do? Gestures to Wade that there is a threat. Wade reacts immediately and readies his weapons. You see respect in his eyes. You handle this well, not alerting whoever is coming to your presence. He instinctively takes the lead, protecting you. What do you do? Circle the incoming threat. Wade understands your intention and nods in agreement. You can see a figure emerging. You are in a position to attack from behind. Let the figure reach the light. Attain staggers into clearing, exhausted and bleeding. She is out of breath and takes a few uneasy steps. What do you do? I don't know what the... Catch her fall. I don't want her to fall. You just about managed to hold steady and break her fall in your arms. Zara the Swift. I like that one. The feeling of helping her again triggers memories of your friendship together. She must be clinging to consciousness through sheer willpower alone.
The legions are coming.
A serious gaze sets in her hard eyes. Wade jumps into action.
Take her inside, please.
Of course you know you need to take her inside. Keep quiet and take her inside.
I'll send the healer, and prepare the village to run for the hills.
He seems to have more to say, but then nods and runs off. Do I have? I don't have any more.
He's a good brother.
Yes, he is. Once inside, you lay your thing down onto your bed. She closes her eyes and passes out. You begin to worry if the healer will come in time. What do you do? Check her pulse. It's faint but steady. You can feel the warmth returning to her ice-cold skin. Attain moves instinctively and ends up resting her hand in yours.
Of course. You were always the kind one. Like your mother.
This catches you off guard. To hear someone other than you and Wade talk about her, what else does Attain remember? As she rests, exhausted and wounded, you process what happens and what is about to unfold. She did warn you, but won't her tracks lead wrong right to your doorstep? What do you make of it? She may have just saved us all. Maybe things happen for a reason. Losing the Attain all those years ago might have saved you and Wade tonight. You cling to the hope that no matter what she did or didn't do in the past, she does care about you. Then your thoughts turn into the dark, grim future. A war with Rome is coming. Your survival instincts kick in, and your mind starts to race, searching for ways to escape what's to come. You try to put your finger on what it is you fear the most. I fear the pain and suffering. Putting a name to your fears takes a lot of its power away. Your next thought says a lot about who you truly are. You think about the people you know. There are so few people who know and understand who you are. The thought you could lose them weighs heavily on you. I'm incomplete. I must do whatever it takes to save those I care about. You vow to protect those close to you. The pressure you feel from this vow makes you fear that you don't have what it takes. How do you deal with it? Don't think about it. You chase away that thought, but you can't help feeling very tired as you sit there alone against the world. Experience goodwill. Hmm. When did I lose MP? Chapter 3, Smoke. You're still deep in thought, your hand on the thing's head when a harsh female voice croaks at you from behind.
What are you doing to that woman?
Keep losing MP. How do you react? Remain as you are. You flinch at her accusation. The village healer and Elder Yagrain steps up close to you. Her attitude takes you by surprise. She is old and bitter, but usually sticks to the lore needle with the village orphans in her care. Why is she so keen to get under your skin? Nah. Sympathetic. I try to understand her feelings towards you. You manage to focus despite Yagrain's hectoring. What do? Recall your history with Yagrain. When you have no dispute that you can recall, she always compares you unfavorably to others. You supply her, the village healer, with herbs and meat from the hunt, as most hunters do. You've always honored this custom. To make sure the orphans in her care get fed. You know what it is to be young and hungry. What do? Now. Are you in my house to help or to question me? Because I don't like her.
Address me as your elder.
How do you respond? Did you come here to help? Did you come here to help, Elder? Try to look at the niceness in others.
Did you give her anything to drink? Any herbs?
No, I didn't. She glances about for something else to criticize.
Wid thinks he can fix the world, but can't even keep his own house in order.
Satisfied with her jab, she begins to examine a thing.
Get out of here! You're in my way.
Think it over. You realize Yagrain is just enjoying the rare opportunity to throw her weight around. She wouldn't harm a thing. She values her reputation as a healer too much. How do you react? I'll stand here in the corner. Her vexed expression twists into a triumphant grin.
Do you want me to attend to Tane or not, orphan?
How do you react? Do you want people to think you didn't have the skills to help? The Tane groans and you both turn to her. For a moment it seems a faint smile flickers upon her face. The grain takes advantage of your distraction, backing out of the lost fight to start tending a Tane. Your grain's methods are rough, but the Tane seems comfortable enough. Then without warning she begins to undress the girl. What do? Turn. Think about it. Think about it. Oh, no. Gonna turn around. Listen for a few moments to Yagrain undressing the girl, then her voice pierces the night.
Wid, come get your sister out of here!
The crowd outside falls silent. Wait for it. Let's try it again. Wait for it. Wait for it. This is your best move. We'll be vouch for that nothing untoward happens.
The girl is practically.
Wade comes in and fixes the grain with a hard look, stopping her mid-sentence. Then he turns to leave. Stay in the room. Ignoring you, your grain finishes washing the tain's wounds and covers her with a blanket. She leaves the house with a smug smile. Think things through. You sit down and focus your thoughts. How do you prepare for the worst? Rome could raise your village to the ground, then you would have to seek refuge in the royal fort Duned. You'll need valuables to trade and gain influence, maybe even to gain interest to the fort. You pack your weapons, food, water, warm clothes, and all your valuables. You sit down next to a Thane. She's still sleeping, but her breath is deep, even and deep. Outside, your grain scratchy voice is growing angry while Wade negotiates with her in soothing tones. You wonder if they'll send guards to man the watchtower, despite the Thane telling them wrong is coming from the south. Soon, Wade is the only one speaking when you hear the crowd disperse to prepare to leave for the hills.
Good. Everyone's packing.
Wade enters the house.
Igraine wants you to man the southern watchtower.
You can't tell what his opinion is on this.
That's where Attain came from, and where we expect the Romans to strike first. You're free to refuse, but choices like this one shape how people see you.
Think about this. In a sense, your grain is doing you a favor. This is an opportunity to prove yourself. What do you say? What should I do with?
It's up to you. Though I would hate to see anything happen to you. There are others eager to prove themselves. So your refusing won't put anyone in danger.
Fine, I'll do it.
We have to assume Rome knows the location of our watchtowers.
Let's see. What? Did I have enough wealth points for anything else? What is the hair one? What was outfit beauty again? I want to just do the hair. Not enough. Not enough. Let's see. Who do I want to up? She would do anything to gain power. Let's decrease her. Oh wait, we can do this as low as we want. And we don't want to do it, met her once, so we'll do it once for now. She remembers your mother. It's as nice as you could go for somebody. Let him speak.
So instead, you could watch from the hilltop that overlooks the ruins. It's a steeper climb. That's why the watchtower was built. But no one will expect you to be there.
Thank you, that's helpful.
Once you sound the alarm, the enemy will be at your heels. You must reach the ravine before we close it off with the rock slide.
And if I don't make it on time?
Remember your training. You'll need to shake their dogs with a false scent or by crossing water.
Let him speak.
Just head for our safe spot in the hills. Hopefully, we'll all meet there soon. Here, take this shield. It's light, but sturdy.
Aww.
Take care, sister.
Extend his hand for a strong shake. Give him a bear hug. You caught him by surprise. Somehow he manages to keep a straight face, but it's still fun to see him so vulnerable.
We can do great things together.